Today I'm going to be checking out Mad Streets, which is available now for Xbox One and Xbox Series S and X. It is a multiplayer physics-based party brawler, sort of like Gang Beasts. So for this review, I'm going to be going over everything that I feel is noteworthy as it is right now in its day one launch state. The first thing I noticed right away is that the audio is cranked up and completely overblown and distorted. I don't know if this was intentional, but I could see that my audio levels were maxed out while recording. I rebooted my Series X, adjusted the volume sliders down, and the distortion was still there. This happens with voice, sound effects, and music. I'm going to play some of it here for you with the levels turned down so that I don't blast your eardrums out, but you will still be able to hear the distortion.
Mad Rush versus Select Your Fighter. Select your fighter.
So you can see it doesn't sound so great. But with that out of the way, let's move on to the gameplay. In Mad Streets, there are a lot of different variations of gameplay, stages to play on, and characters to choose from. The characters are divided into 4 different posses: jocks, frats, punks, and bouncers incorporated. Each posse has 4 different characters to choose from, bringing the total number of characters to 16. In this game, it is very important to familiarize yourself with the controls. It can feel quite cumbersome and frustrating if you don't know what you're doing. I just went into my first 2 games using gaming intuition to guide me, and let's just say that did not go so well. What the hell am I doing? I'm stuck on the ground. I can't get up. Help, I'm stuck. Oh my god. I cannot get off the ground. What is happening? I'll see if I can worm my way over there to make something happen. I'm still stuck. Here, let me see if I can trip the other team up. Hey, watch where you're stepping. So your 4 action buttons are high, low, left, and right attacks. Some characters will throw kicks for their low attacks, others will throw punches. So you just have to play around a bit and find characters that work well for you. I definitely had more success with certain characters. In addition to your 4 main attacks, you have a high and low block using up and down on the right stick, left bumper to dodge, taunt with a D-pad, you have left or right grab using the left and right triggers. Now, one thing that you will need to master very early on is the art of throwing things. Many stages will require this, and it can be quite frustrating if you don't know what you're doing. So, if you grab something with the left trigger, it will be in your left hand. And then to throw it, you will need to use the left low attack button. If you pick something up in your right hand, you'll need to use the right low attack button to throw it. You also have combo attacks. You can accomplish this by pressing the low and high attack buttons together at the same time on either the left or right side. And each character has a special attack by holding down one of the 4 main attack buttons. There is a super move that charges up as you fight. Once you see the flames around your character avatar, you're ready to perform the move. Press the right bumper for a mad attack. And again, this move will be unique for each of the different characters. One thing to keep in mind is that you can grab onto pretty much anything in this game, including yourself. So I've accidentally grabbed my other arm, which makes attacking a little difficult. But you can also grab your opponent and drag them, or my favorite is just grabbing on and kicking the crap out of them. So that's just a quick explanation of the controls. You'll definitely want to focus on mastering these as soon as possible to get the most enjoyment out of the game. Trust me, it's worth spending a few minutes going over and practicing everything first. As far as who you'll be playing with, well, there are bots, so you can play by yourself, but I feel this game is best played local multiplayer, or couch co-op in other words. Unfortunately, the game doesn't currently support online multiplayer. Now because of this, I don't think the characters are balanced as well. Like I said, I feel like some of the characters have an advantage over others, at least it felt that way to me. Now, being an offline game, this isn't as important, but it's something to be aware of because if you're getting your butt kicked over and over again, it might be time to try a different character. So for the main game modes, we have Mad Rush. Now this is the story-based game mode. There's a different story path to take for each of the 4 different groups of characters. This gives you a very interesting variety of stages to play on. Like one stage you might be in a gang war, and on another you might be stealing the rival gang's gym equipment and loading it up. Or you may be crashing someone's birthday party with explosives. The variety here is what makes the game so much fun as a party game, as long as, I can't stress this enough, you learn the controls first. For other modes, we have Rumble, which is a quick matchup, pick your fighters, pick your stage. Random will be a quick crazy fight, best out of 5, and each round is something new. One Punch mode is just how it sounds, one-hit knockouts, and it all plays out in a tournament-style matchup tree. And finally, Stadium for scoring-based minigames. These will be stages where you'll be earning score, like trying to do the most damage to the car, or who can throw the most bottles at the bouncer, and other stages like that where scoring comes into play. Now, as you play the game through the various game modes, you will unlock more stages to select in Rumble and Stadium modes. The game is a lot of fun once you get the hang of it. It's harder to recommend if you're just playing against the CPU. Again, I wish this had online play, but if you have friends over, it can be a pretty fun party brawler. As for the visual presentation, I like it. It's clean. It has sort of a 3D rendered cartoon style to it, with the characters having exaggerated features. I think the art style goes really well with the type of game it is. It definitely looks nicer than something like Gang Beasts, in my opinion. But since the game is new, it does have its issues. First of all, the sound issue, which I mentioned right off the bat. Everything sounds very distorted. Also, the controls are difficult to get the hang of. If you have friends over, it's worth letting them take the time to get the hang of everything before you kick the crap out of them. The CPU characters can have difficulty navigating obstacles occasionally. It's not too frequent though, so not really that big of a deal. And there are issues that arise due to the unpredictable physics-based gameplay. For example, one time I knocked this guy up into the ceiling and he was just stuck there. The round would not finish until he hit the ground, but he never did. And man, I tried for quite some time to try to get him down. He was stuck for good. So I had to restart the match. But these issues are rare enough to where I actually kind of appreciate them. It can be fun to break the game sometimes, especially when it's just you playing with your friends, you know, it's nothing super competitive. And finally, the last issue I encountered was with the achievements. So until this gets patched, there are 4 unobtainable achievements worth 400 gamer score. Now overall, I think it's a pretty fun party brawler. I'd love to see it get online support, but if you have friends to play couch co-op, you could certainly have a blast with it. Hopefully we'll get a patch soon to address some of the more serious issues. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Again, Mad Streets is available on Xbox One, Xbox Series, and I believe it's coming to PC at some point soon. MSRP is $20 US. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, I will see you later.